another day one at Ivy Prep cleanup. Really difficult to see this landscape here, but I want to see if we can capture what we're going to be doing basically on this landscape, right? We're going to be cleaning this landscape up. And I don't know if you can really see that the plants here, there's a ground cover here, right? And then there are a number of privet, other weeds actually in this landscape that we're going to go ahead and take out so that way this landscape looks pristine. Pristine for me is going to mean that it's going to have, for the most part, most of these privets, of course, removed, most of the thorns, of course, removed, most of the invasive, plants that are here that were not intentionally planted, that is kind of taken over this landscape. And it's changed this landscape into a beautiful hill with one or two plants that we obviously haven't clearly intended to plant here. I don't know if you can also see the plants that were intended to be planted. You can definitely see this plant, of course, here in front of me. Clearly see this one coming up as well, right? You can clearly see that this obviously were intended. Clearly see as well here that these were wild. This area here, really difficult to see. Many of these, of course, are wild plants. And so when we actually come in here and we change this landscape, we get rid of all the invasive plants, this hill is going to look gorgeous. Same thing here as well, right? Yeah, the myrtles, of course, as well. With our boxwoods right around it. Again, you actually have a significant amount of plants here that are invasive. So we're going to obviously get rid of all these today. Same thing, of course, obviously along here as well. As we walk down, it's obviously going to be the same exact thing. All these plants at this point are going to be nice and trimmed. It's going to look beautiful. As we finish this as well, we're going to create a nice edge border on our boxwoods right up here, right? All the plants that are growing inside of our boxwood, most of them are going to be thorn bushes. All those, of course, we're going to go ahead and grab. Now, I am not a videographer. I will tell you that I am probably the worst person when it comes to advertising. I know that's very important, of course, as a business. So my video skills are going to be probably very poor. I'm going to try my best, right, to capture what I think are going to be, maybe a high level of what we're going to do today on this landscape. And honestly, I'm always very scared about the end result, right? I never know if we're going to really capture or really accomplish some of our goals, the goals that we've actually set out. And this one is, I don't know if we're going to capture it as well, or if we're going to be able to do exactly what we set out to do today. But nonetheless, I'm going to go ahead and actually just video it anyway, right? Good or bad, see what comes out or what comes of what we're doing. Again, the hill, it's going to be gorgeous, obviously, when it comes back. These are all ornamentals, of course, here, right? When they come up, it's going to really look really nice. So we're going to leave that as well. You can see them starting to come back as well. Looks like they're actually, some people call it monkey grass, right? The correct name, of course, is going to be Liriope mondos. Again, you can kind of see that there is a pine tree, of course, growing in our plants here as well. All those are going to be cut down and going to be shaped. I don't know if you can also see the shape here on the hill here. See how this shapeless right now, right? It's really overgrown. I don't know if you guys can see that. It's really totally overgrown right now. And as we come in here, we're going to go ahead and actually create a nice landscape here on the side of the hill, right? You can see over here, obviously, these are areas that we've taken, that we maintain on a regular basis. So obviously you can see that there's a beautiful shape here, but all on this side, on the hill, this is kind of usually outside of the scope of work when we come in and do this this commercial landscape. So we do this hill usually once every 3 months or so, and basically in 3 months this is what it's done, right? It's really difficult to see right now, but in 3 months this is what this hill looks like. And obviously we would love to go ahead and do it, more often, every single time we're out here, but the budget for this particular property doesn't allow us to do it once every 3 or 4 months. Again, this is obviously a landscape that we maintain once a month. All right. This is once every 3 months. All right. Yes, and if you guys do know your plants, this is a lower pedalums. Right. You can see you can definitely see the bloom here, right? Same thing, of course, over here as well, right? Lower pedalums. But the ones, of course, that we actually maintain once a month, or okay, once every 3 months, are really, 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 really bad. Again, the hill. All right. So we do, of course, have our Liriopes and Mondos that are going to come back, right? They are deciduous, right? Deciduous, of course, basically meaning that they will, of course, shed their leaves or go dormant, of course, over the winter time, and during the summertime they're going to come back. So we're going to make sure again that we actually take care of these, and we're going to spray all the weeds at this point that are here. We're going to spray them so that way they will go away, and then when the Liriopes, of course, begin to spring alive, we'll only have the Liriopes, and not, of course, all the weeds. All right, you can see all the weeds, of course, there as well. All right, so guys, my video skills again aren't very good. I have a whole lot of work to do. It's hard to see patch over here that we're going to also take care of and maintain all those as well. All right, closing out.